Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're going to make a brief tour this morning about Google Drive. We're just going to take you through some of the features if you've never been through Google Drive before, and hopefully explore some of the options and make a power Google Drive user out of you. So here we go. If you have any questions or comments, you can always email me at dmartin@splendoraisd.org, and I would love to hear from you about questions or comments or maybe suggestions where you do something a little differently and we could incorporate that in future videos. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is go to our Google Drive page, and I'm already there, but we can do that by clicking on the Apps Launcher button here, and that launches the tools that your organization has, and we have Google Drive right here. So we could click on that, but since we're already there, I'm just going to exit out and take a look over here at some of our features. The first thing, starting at the very top, is a search bar. Now the beautiful thing about this search bar is anything that we have in Google Drive, it will search for. So I could type in the word software, and hopefully I will start getting titles that relate to software. Now it's also looking for that word inside of the file. So you see we get quite a bit of stuff here, but it narrows it down, and so that's one way to search. One of the shortcomings of Google Drive is that it doesn't have folders. It does have folders, but your Gmail has labels. So some folks don't use the folder feature, and they would just rather search for things by keyword. So we've already talked about the Apps Launcher over here. There's also a way to toggle back and forth between different Gmail accounts. So you see right here, this is my Splendora ISD work account, and then I also have a personal account. And it's not a bad idea to go ahead and set up your personal Gmail also. That way you can share documents with yourself back and forth. And so there's some advantages to being able to do that. Probably the next thing we would want to take a look at is how we can configure this particular screen right here. We can toggle back and forth between the list, which is what you see here, or we could switch to the grid view, and that kind of gives you an idea of what the actual document is. So if you're a little more visual, you can search that way. I tend to like the grid view. Also, there are two versions of Google Drive, so if you are a fan of the new version, you can come over here and click on Experience the New Drive, and it changes your experience a little bit. Still in list view, you can change that back and forth, but it's just a little different. Same features. This lets you know that documents are shared with each other. A little different icon look over here. I happen to be an old school guy, so I need the old school version of Google Drive. Also under settings, typically anytime you see the gear button, that's the settings button, and if you click on settings, there aren't too many things you can change other than language and time zone with Google Drive. So thankfully there's not too much that we have to worry about there. There are a lot of shortcut features with Google Drive, so if you click on keyboard shortcuts, you get that template, which is pretty helpful, so you're not always pointing and clicking. And the other thing that might be of interest to some folks, there is upload settings, and so you can convert uploaded files to Google Docs. That's very handy for those of you who are Word document folks. You can upload a file and open it as you could upload an Excel document and open it as a spreadsheet. And then also you can convert text from uploaded PDFs and images. And the neat thing about that is it allows you to, if you have text files that are heavy PDF files, you can actually edit those when you upload them. So that's pretty handy. Moving along, if I wanted to select all, I could hit this button here, and that would select every file in my Google Drive. And if I wanted to organize them by alphabet, I click on title, and what it will do is it will organize all the numbers first, and then it will start alphabetically. And if I do that with a clean, go back to my drive, if I do that with a clean search box, it should put my folders on top. Oh, there we go. So as you can see, it does folders first, then numbers, and then eventually it will start categorizing by alpha. You can also organize by who owns the documents, whether you're the owner, last edited by, last opened by, and then you can click on last modified. This is usually how I keep my documents, because whatever I was working on last is what I need to pick up on. But you can change that also to last time you opened it or last time you edited it. So that works for me as last modified, and typically that way whatever I need shows up in the top half of the page. So if I click on a document, some buttons pop up, and this allows me to share a document with someone. And I just type in that person's email address, and then I can give them rights to edit, comment, or view. I can put this document in a folder if I choose to do that. I could send it to the trash can, and then there's some other features that I can do. If it is an uploaded document, for example, click out of this, unclick that. Let's click on this one. So this is actually a Excel document that was uploaded. I can tell by the X, and so I want to open that and work on it in Google Sheets. And so the way I do that is click on More, click on Open With, and then I see Google Sheets over here, and now that document will open up in the Google Sheets spreadsheet, and I can work on that and manipulate that. It'll save automatically, so I can click out of it, and you will notice now that I have two documents. I have 2013 third grade, sorry about that, little calendar notification pop up. I have 2013 third grade math star, which was the original, and then I have the one that I just opened, the 2013 third grade math star in Google Sheets. So now I can manipulate this, share this with my coworkers, and I'll always have this one as an archived feature. So that's a pretty neat trick. If I want to create a document, I simply click here, and I can create a text document, a presentation, a spreadsheet, or I can do Google Forms. And I'll do some upcoming videos on each of these. But that's how you create a document. If I want to upload a document, I simply click on this button here, and I click on File if I'm only uploading a single document. And what we will get is a window, and this is all the documents on my computer. So if I click on Documents, and maybe I want to upload this contacts Google spreadsheet, or Excel spreadsheet rather. Let's try that again. There we go. And so it will upload that document for me. It says it's uploaded. And if I wanted to search for it, I could type in contacts. And it looks like it uploaded it as a CSV file. So when we open that, try to open that in Sheets. There we go. And so now we have a list of our contacts. And that's how you convert a file and upload a file from your computer. So I'm going to remove that file, and we talked about shortcuts. The other thing we can talk about is in our folders, if we can color code folders. For example, this one here, I'm going to right click, and you'll see it says change color, and I can change that color to an orange, and now I can color code my folders, and that way helps you to identify what you're looking for. So I hope this helps. It's just a brief, quick tour of Google Drive. There are shared documents with me. If you look there, that's all of the files that are shared. Documents you starred that are important that you want to come back to. Your recent documents. There is your trash can, and documents aren't gone unless you delete them from your trash can. So even though if I'm in my drive and I send something to the trash can by clicking here, it's not gone forever until I actually go out and I empty the trash. So Google does give you an opportunity to go back and retrieve documents unless you dumped them in your trash can. Alright, that's it for Google Drive. If you have any questions, like I said, please email me at dmartin@splendoraisd.org. I'd love to hear from you, especially if you have any tips or tricks that we could incorporate in future videos. Thank you.